Alright, welcome back. Okay, so for this update, we are going to be doing a lot of confidants. No real dungeon crawling here, but a lot of progressing through these social links. In fact, much like Persona 4 The Golden, we're actually going to start up a confidant and then quickly finish it. Because, hey, guess what? There's something relatively similar. You know what? We'll get to it when we get to it. And hey, cool. Aw. Sojiro actually cares about our grades. It might not be the in thing for kids today, but ain't it dandy? Indeed it is. Thanks, Sojiro. See, he can be nice.
Hey.
He's usually surly, but hey, deep down, he cares about us.
Hey.
So hey, cool. We get to actually read another book. Why don't we go ahead and finish up Zoro? Again, these books are merely just to work on your social stats, which, since we're doing New Game Plus, we don't really need to, but hey, it has neat little blurbs. And what else are you gonna do on the train?
Yep.
Persona 5 The Royal is gonna be coming out pretty soon in Japan. But hey, you know what comes out a lot sooner than Persona 5 The Royal? Catherine Full Body. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Hey.
I mentioned this in an earlier update. I played Catherine. It is a hard-ass game, but I love it. It is so good. The voice cast, the music, the gameplay, the story, all of it is very fun and very good. I like it a lot. And the fact that they're making a remaster of this game, which gets like a bunch of fighting game coverage, oddly enough. Well, not oddly enough, because it's really freaking good. It just, it makes me smile. It makes me feel good. And also, guess what? Joker's in that game too. Huzzah. Again, I hope you can kind of play with some of the other characters in like a single player mode, although I guess that's more challenge mode, but whatever. I might do a let's play of that at some point.
Today we're going
You know, if I really hate myself. And I want to just, well, not necessarily. Because Catherine Full Body, from what I've heard, has a lot of quality of life improvements. Including it just has a straight up baby mode for babies, where you can just let it play autoplay and just watch all the cutscenes. But it's Catherine. Why would you just want to be a baby and do the baby mode? Be an adult and beat your puzzle game like an adult.
Give me an answer.
Anyway, the answer is the silver ratio.
This is it.
Precisely.
I know little to nothing about architecture. Math is not my strongest subject. Architecture is just not really in my skill set. Asians have a rounder... Wait, what the... Huh. Is that why Kirby was designed the way he is? Like he's a perfect orb because that's a more appealing shape? I guess that would make sense. Because Kirby was made in Japan as a perfect little circle, and SpongeBob was made as a square for the West. I guess there's some form of logic to that. Although I like both of those things. They're both very good designs. I can bring up Kirby in a Persona playthrough, because according to all the fan art, he's Joker's little brother, which I find adorable. And Bayonetta's their mom. I mean, it makes sense if Bayo was Joker's mom. I mean, yeah, actually it kind of would make sense, because that would explain why he has the power of the wild card, because his mom's a witch.
Nice.
It would also explain why he's so damn stylish it runs through the blood. And he also has a strong affinity for cats, just like Bayo. Wow, the pieces are all together. And also, she's a Sega property, and so is Joker now.
Well then.
We could do a social link with Ryuji or with Tei, but now we have another social link to do. Confidant. I keep getting this mixed up, and I will probably keep doing this until the end of the Let's Play. Social link is just so ingrained with this series for me. They call it social link for the past 2 games, which also includes a bunch of spin-offs, and then they just randomly change it to Confidant. Anyway, let's hang out with An. Also, that's another name that kind of gets me all mixed up. Because, like, I've heard it pronounced both ways, An and An. But it's spelled the exact same way. Although I guess in certain cases they add an E to the end. Names are confusing. Names are very confusing. My own name, like, gives people confusion as well. Either based on how it's spelled or... I don't know. This is also why, like, in certain games like this, when you ever go for a... This is also, like... This also pops up a lot for me in certain games. Like, just recently, I was playing Astral Chain, and the name of the and the name of the enemies are called Chimera. But I've always heard it pronounced Chimera. It just confuses me sometimes.
All right.
Oh, so An's doing some training as well. I want to strengthen my heart. Oh, this will be good. How are you gonna do it? Means you don't let anything get under your skin. Okay. I mean, that doesn't sound incorrect. I want you to say stuff to me and I'll try not to get fazed by it. Okay. I'd love to see this exact kind of thing play out in a Kingdom Hearts cutscene, because it would just be so goofy. Pun intended. You're unique. Let's try to be nice to her. We're not good at insulting. We don't want to insult her. Not really. Can we stop yet? Can we stop yet? Seriously. You could have just jumped with the I like or I love you part, but we'll get to that later on. It's way too early in the social link already. Confidant, whatever. What the fuck? What are you, 5? This isn't gonna help. She can't hear anything. I kind of feel like this won't make our persona stronger. Gee, you think? I feel like Carmen's probably just like doing a massive ass facepalm within your psyche going just, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Frickin' teenagers, man. The Panther Woman is kind of nonplussed by all this. Well, good for you. Good for you for being punctual. That's always a useful trait. It means you're reliable. When I was still in Finland. Both her parents are fashion designers. That's cool. And just like Lisa from Persona 2, Ann is biracial. It's especially apparent due to the fact that she's blonde. Naturally. She kind of has a few aspects from each of the Persona female leads. At least of like the Lovers Arcana. Was Lisa of the Lovers? I forget. But either way, she has the whole blonde and biracial thing from Lisa. From Yukari, trying to think here. I'm kind of drawing a blank here for Yukari. I guess because she was the magic user in that game. But Yukari was more of the healer. You know what? Whatever. No one cares about Yukari. She's bad anyway. And then from Rise, she has the pigtails and she's into modeling. And look, if you like Yukari, that's fine. You're entitled to like who you like. No opinion is incorrect. But I just personally did not... I didn't like Yukari. At all. Not really. Whenever I finally do a Persona 3 Let's Play, I'll get into that. Anyway, Ann can do a follow-up attack now. So that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
When I was little, I used to watch this anime where the main villain was this female thief. Carmen Sandiego. She'd lose to the hero every time, but I always thought she was cool. You know what? That's not bad. She wasn't really a good person, per se. Hey, look, if you like a villain, that's cool. She was beautiful, strong, sincere, and even sexy. So Ann wanted to be like a villain off of an anime. Which, I mean, yeah. That's alright. She likes the better aspects of that character and not just being a villain. And she is now a thief, so I guess she is kind of living up to that. You're allowed to like villains in games or in TV shows. Oh, Yoshida might be giving a speech today. Which means we got ourselves some more learning to do. Let's go talk with Yoshida. Go get ourselves some speech practice. Learn how to talk good and talk politics.
Please consider what I have to say.
What is that ad that keeps playing on in the background? It looks a little bit like the metaverse, which would be extremely weird. I like how he keeps doing his hand gestures while making direct eye contact with you. Why do you want me to teach you how to give speeches? Look, it's just a good skill, alright? Public speaking is not a bad skill to work on.
And while our society appears to be prosperous, many of our young people are quietly suffering. They
You tell
lack
it, Doc Ock.
jobs, security, savings. The next generation will lead us into the future, and yet they have no plan for how to arrive there.
Watch where you're going, you little shit.
You bumped into me, you old goat.
This isn't good.
Let's mediate. Use your speech powers. Go for it.
Yes, let's. Good citizens, please stop fighting. What is the point of bickering over such a trivial matter?
This is none of your business.
Yeah, seriously, just shut up.
What's with this guy?
Now, if you'll please excuse me, I must return to my speech. Together, we can create a bright future for the next generation.
Ugh. God, so righteous. That really annoys me.
Whoop.
Enough of your arrogance, no good Torah.
What?
Oh.
As if anyone would actually vote for you. Are you planning to embezzle funds again? Or maybe criticize one of your constituents again? You criminal!
Wow, we just keep...
No, that was all in the
Does
past.
everyone we know have, like, dirt on them?
I've gone and done it.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Confidants. That's campaign obstruction.
Yes, but I cannot say that to the crowd before an election. Regardless, whenever someone calls me no good Torah, I panic.
It's not really a good
I
insult.
went through quite an ordeal. 20
Torah
years
means
ago.
tiger. That's awesome.
Let me explain. I used to be a member of the National Diet. I was elected during the rise of the Kuramoto children. We were backed by powerful Diet members.
I have no idea what
was
any of this
about 20
means.
years ago. I was very inexperienced back then, both as a politician as well as a human being. That inexperience led me to be involved in a series of major political scandals. People refer to my blunders as no good Torah's 3 strikes. The first was being caught missing a legislative meeting to take a personal vacation.
Well,
Then, I was accused of embezzling a large sum of money from the party, giving me 2 strikes.
that second one's a little heavy.
I called a voter an idiot at an open forum, which resulted in scandal and strike 3.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
I was out and branded a washed-up politician.
But
who
once
said
I create
he
my
was
giant mechanical arms, they'll see. They'll all see.
Do you see the man before you?
Don't worry, Tora. I'll help you catch that Spider-Man.
Do you really want to receive my guidance?
Yes. Yes, I do. Look, man. My backstory is also pretty messed up.
I'm happy to hear that. However, everyone says I have no chance to get elected. So why come to me?
Because you have a unique portrait? I like your technique.
You mean giving speeches? I'm afraid I'm not so great that you'd be able to learn anything. The most important part about giving a good speech is believing in yourself. Perhaps one day I will believe in myself again. But you sure got me there. You're a strange young man.
Indeed I am.
Very well. If learning how to give a great speech is what you seek, then I'd be happy to instruct you.
Woo!
In exchange, I would like for you to continue assisting me. Let's get started, shall we?
Finally, we start up this confidant. Back to Future Prison! Oh boy, Sai, what are you gonna accuse me of this time?
Staging your crimes with calling cards. It's hard to believe that a student could manage this alone. An adult. For example, someone talented enough to move people with words. Perhaps they coached you.
Wow, okay.
Isn't that right?
I mean, I go to school to get smarter.
I am
So
thou.
technically, yes.
Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity.
So Yoshida is the
Birth of
sun representative.
persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
The sun has had a bit of a, interesting history.
All right.
We saw what happened with Yume in Persona 4 The Golden.
Let's pursue
And,
your dream of becoming a member of the Diet.
Persona 3 is gonna have a bit of a more,
Far too long. Let's go
interesting
on.
sun representative.
Well then, I shall see you again.
But I
soon.
believe I actually touched upon that one in my Persona 4 The Golden playthrough. But anyway, hey! Now we've officially started up Yoshida's social link. Cool. Little by little, we're making more progress. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, yo. What is with some of these messages? You know, Mishima, you said you'd like filter through all the crap. I still see a lot of crap.
Hey,
14 days left. What's the plan for today? Not going to the dungeon, that's our plan. We got stuff to do. One of those is being hanging out with Takemi. Time for a clinical trial. I'll tell you what, Morgana, this is a very long update, and yet we're probably not going to be spending any of it going to the dungeon. How's that sound? Again, it's mostly just going to be confidant stuff. So are you saying that Kamoshida acted the way he did because he got hot? I mean, I guess there might be some evidence on that, sort of. It's called electroshock therapy, but we're using tasers. Well, let's see where this goes. Oh boy, what's Takemi gonna put on us now? Probably nothing good. Oh, I guess we're done.
Hello?
Wrong number, or... Oh, so you have a repeat patient. They trust you. I'm just a quack, though. Did they just make that one up, or... Let me see. Does not seem like that's an actual disease. I think they just made that one up. But it sounds horrible. That doesn't sound good. Oh, okay. So he's the asshole of your social link, huh? It's probably one, if not all those things. Well, that was his screw up. Well, I'm sorry, Takemi.
That's fine, I guess.
It doesn't matter. They stopped doing the cool thing that I was working on, so I just left. Now I get to have an illegal guinea pig. Couldn't do that at the old hospital. This one's got a whole bunch of new benefits. It's like the Wild West out here. I can just basically inject you with anything. Who don't? Probably. Okay, people keep throwing that word around very casually. Very casually, I might add. Just so casually with the word probably. Well, I'm either going to die or I'm going to become stronger than ever. I really hope it's the latter. I'll give you a special price on the medicine if you keep letting me experiment on you. Is this a drug deal? Like, is this a literal drug deal? Technically speaking, I guess. And again, I never actually use any of Takemi's stuff. I more or less just do this social link for the story and for the new personas. Come to think of it, I don't think I really even use the Death Arcana all that much. I don't think she really even did all that much to us today.
All right.
Bye.
Well, we'll progress a little bit more with Takemi's social link soon enough.
You're back.
Well then.
As tempting as the home shopping network is, I think we're gonna actually not do it this time. Instead, I mentioned we'd be starting up a new confidant and then quickly finishing it right after we started. Well, hey, guess what? Velvet room attendants.
Hey, inmate!
Remember Margaret's social link from Persona 4 the Golden? Well, hey, there's a similar one for Persona 5. And I assume it'll be carried over to Persona 5 the Royal. So hey, it's been a little while since we've been to the Velvet Room. This is not the full potential of the power of the wild card. So Igor thinks that we're not strong and cool enough yet. As a test of strength. I wonder what arcana this is.
Now.
So yeah, it's pretty much the exact same thing as Margaret's social link. Caroline and Justine are going to say, hey, bring us this persona with this skill. And then if you do it, cool, we'll move on to the next challenge. And then that's how you progress this social link. Which is why in New Game Plus, it is the easiest confidant in the game. Because you can just keep all the personas with all the skills and just immediately finish it as soon as you start it.
Listen up, inmate.
Granted, it might cost you a little bit of cash here and there to, get all the personas from your compendium. The amount of cash is reduced if you completed the compendium and got a few extra little bonus items here and there. But yeah, this is going to be a very good chunk of the video. It's just going to be working on their requests. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Now.
This is going to be the longest Confidant episode.
It seems you brought the specified persona.
Yes, I did.
Fine, I'll take it. By the way, your personas are super weak. Not that I'm surprised, inmate. Though I guess you deserve at least some praise for finishing your penal labor.
Thank you, I
might
guess.
actually complete your rehabilitation. In order to promote
So
the
hey,
process,
by progressing in this
we'd like to
Confidant,
offer
you
the
get to
use
use
of
new facilities in the Velvet Room, which is very useful,
It's rare
which
to
is
see you
extremely
smile, Justine.
useful.
You are the smiling one, Caroline. Did something happen to make you so joyful? Me? Hey! Are you laughing at us? Know your place, inmate!
Uh-huh.
As wardens, we simply feel satisfaction in seeing your rehabilitation progress. That is the extent of it.
Sure it
I find
is.
it upsetting that you would see such a matter as a source of amusement. It's like you forget where you are, inmate.
I'm in
You've got some
prison.
real guts, though. With that spirit, you should have no trouble making progress.
Oh, you have
Very
no
well,
idea.
then. If you have the will to continue your penal labor, we can grant you greater freedom within this prison.
That seems like an
It is a choice between
oxymoron.
us, the wardens, and you, the inmate. Not like you have the right to turn it down, though. Hard work is what you're meant to do, inmate.
I've made a deal with Caroline and Justine. And appropriately enough, this is the one that you don't go to future prison for.
Acquired a new vow.
Because what the hell is Sai gonna say? It seems like you're the kind of delinquent who hangs out with two small girls in prison outfits. Isn't that right? So yes, this is the Strength Arcana. That card is really weird looking. It's just I think a bearded lady just holding open a dog's mouth, going like, ah. Group guillotine, so multiple fusion.
Now, it's time for your next task.
So what's the next persona?
Farewell.
Shisa with Frey. Frey is kind of like a redone element from earlier personas. It's nuclear, which we haven't really seen that much use of it,
Hey.
but it works, but it's a pretty good element. And it works really well on enemies who already have status ailments.
Oh. Hmm?
Hey, we already have one.
It would seem.
Shisa? It's the lion dog thing. It's that one kaiju from that Godzilla movie, King Shiza. That's what he is. They show up a lot in Okinawa.
Very well.
I guess you got the will to work. Or maybe I'm from the future and I have all this stuff from my previous selves or whatever. It's almost like I already had it.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to go through a few extra tasks before you get more stuff to do in the Velvet Room. And of course there are actual guides to getting all these skills for these personas, but really, this isn't much of a spoiler because it popped up in previous Persona games, but hey, skill cards are going to be a thing in Persona 5, which kind of trivializes this whole confidant. Right. And also, kind of like it was in Persona 4 The Golden, you kind of have to finish up this confidant if you want to unlock something really cool toward the end of the game.
Farewell. Now.
Matador with Magaru.
Hey.
A Matador with a multi-wind spell.
Oh.
Oh, you already have it. That's cool.
Indeed.
Matador was one of the harder bosses in Nocturne. Then again, a lot of the skeleton-based demons were were really strong bosses in Nocturne.
You can do it. Yes.
This is so hard. I understand. And for some reason, the letters on their hats spell out oxymoron. I don't know why. It's an accomplishment that he hasn't thrown in the towel yet. Is it though? Like, I didn't really even do anything. I'm not the one who wrote it. Oh, that's interesting. I always assumed it was you.
Excuse me?
So you're giving me a list of stuff that you weren't even aware of. Why are you doing that? It's too precise for you to have written it. Haha. Would Igor write down that list? Oh, I guess not. Igor doesn't really seem like a boss who gives out orders, if that makes sense. Like, he kind of just sits there, and you just kind of do stuff to appease him. Or you just chill out with him. He seems like a pretty relaxed guy. Whatever Igor is. He kind of just sits there. And also, Igor is shockingly tall, given the fact that he just sits down in most of his appearances. Although, for some reason, Igor seems a little less casual this time around, especially with the way that he's just kind of like, he's doing that gesture like with his fingers of going like, I'm bored now. Or he's just kind of like, his patience is being tested.
Hey, inmate!
It's a very different, it's very subtle, but it's a clear indication that he's not exactly, it's kind of a clear indication that Igor has a bit of a different mindset than he did from P4G. Also, Lockdown. Lockdown's pretty good. Because, hey, is your persona weak to a certain element? Throw it in solitary. And then it will get better at resisting that element that it sucks against. It basically learns its, like, elemental resistance move. So hey, remember Izanagi was weak to wind. So just throw him in Lockdown. And then he won't be weak to wind anymore. Because he'll learn like wind resist or wind dodge or something.
Now.
The next task is...
Farewell.
Floros with Tarukaja. So that giant, like, tiger thing with a attack buff. That one seems easier, oddly enough. The world's not so easy, is it? Funny you mention that. Because guess what I have? Fortunately, you don't have to go in and out of the Velvet Room in order for them to notice, like, hey, you got a new persona. Because, hey, if you got them all, they'll just go like, oh, you got that one already. Okay, cool. And then they'll just move on to the next one. Little quality of life stuff. And also you can just talk to Justine and she'll say like, oh, hey, you got that new persona, that's cool. Like after you fuse it, I mean. He's grown considerably since we first met him. He's grown considerably in a day. Like, he's gotten nearly halfway through our confidant in, like, what? 10 minutes? Uh-oh. There seems to be a little issues going on here.
What is the meaning of this?
The more I consider this list, the stranger it seems. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. The only one who could pull off this kind of stuff would be someone who has the power of the wild card.
Excuse me?
Because, like, no one else can pull this shit off. Only the one with the power of the wild card can change personas. Oh yeah, even Igor didn't know I had the power of the wild card at first. No one asked you. Ugh. So he'll quit talking back. Easily flustered, Caroline is. Easily flustered. My bond is growing deeper. For some reason, this just really kind of like gets to me. In that you go from, they can barely tolerate you, to all the way to rank 10 within the span of a day.
Now.
The next persona on the list is
Farewell.
Ame no Uzume with Dodge Sai. Psychic is also a new element introduced into Persona 5. It's pretty cool. It also sounds also the names of the spells sound really cool. Me personally, I'm rather fond of the spells Sayo and Cyodyne because they sound really cool.
Oh. It would seem.
And I already got one. Oh well.
See? You can do it.
I hope you guys like Aria of the Soul, because it's gonna be playing for a while. You know, I never thought you'd keep at this, even though it's not mandatory. Since the day that you got assigned it. Whatever.
Hey,
What are your thoughts on these tasks? Oh, I'm allowed to talk now? Interesting. They bore me. They're perfect. It's fine with me. You've got guts, inmate. They're perfectly easy. I've seen the writing on this list before. Huh. So it seems familiar, but they just can't quite remember. Compliment him after he finishes the next task. Don't spoil him, though. Do it like you practice, with a piercing glare and angled hips. What the fuck? Those are my notes. No, I mean... Oh, so Caroline wrote that down. Do it like you rehearsed. Stop yanking my chain. Can I see?
Excuse me?
Alright, I guess I can't. Alright, that's fair. Who made this list and why? Yeah, what is the purpose of this training? Like, I'm not actually getting stronger. I just bought these personas. It's really not that big a whatever. If someone else wrote this list, would they know I'd be an inmate?
That is correct.
So I just gotta finish up the list, and then we can kind of like resolve all this. I like how snarky Justine is. Guillotine booster. That sounds like an awesome move. Like, that sounds like that could be a cool-ass move to pull off. It's like a fighting game move. Guillotine booster! So even bigger multiple fusions.
All right.
Who needs multiple guillotines going off at the same time? That just seems a little obscene and excessive. Anyway, we're going to be getting all the rewards for the Velvet Room anyway, so it's not really a big deal. The next persona is Neko Shogun with Dekaja. This is just a status debuff nullification. Not bad. Pretty good. And Neko Shogun is literally what it just says on the tin. It's a tiny little cat in Shogun armor. It actually made an appearance in Devil Survivor 2, the anime, as the demon partner of one of my favorite characters, Jungo. I actually met Jungo's voice actor, Todd Haberkorn, not long ago. He's really nice.
It would seem...
Wasn't the first time I met him either. And he remembered me, so that was really cool. Someone else said that in Persona 4 The Golden. Teddy said that, actually, as a matter of fact. He said the Velvet Room felt nostalgic. Could that have any significance? Or maybe that was just a cute little reference to the previous Persona games.
Excuse me? Hey, inmate!
I mean, I guess. I'm not really gonna use any of these personas, but yeah, I mean, it's fine. Probably. See, they're the same. I said probably. We're not getting paid to think, Justine. We're not getting paid at all. Do we even exist? I don't know. Could it be? Oh shit, she did the Jotaro hat pull. That's how you know things are getting serious. It must be rather convenient to have two twins who have eye patches on the exact opposite eye. It's a cool design. It just makes me feel a little weird, considering that we literally went from Margaret, who is a, you know, who's an older, just kind of calming and relaxing Velvet Room attendant, to two abrasive, well, one abrasive, small little girls in prison uniforms. This seems rather,
Farewell.
This feels weird. Anyway, the next persona that we gotta deal with is Lachesis with Tetraja. Lachesis is one of the three fortune sisters that spin the thread of fate that determines everyone's lives, at least in Greek mythology. I believe...
Okay.
Was she one of the sisters of fate from, like, Hercules and stuff? I think so. I'm relatively certain. Anyway, we already have it.
It would seem...
If we had the ability to have all the personas that you can carry at the same time, this would just be over in one sitting. But I had to edit in a way where I had to basically bring up about 6 or 7 personas, and then I had to edit away me getting all of them from the book, because some of them are spoilers, and then pop them back into, and then summon up some new ones. Fortunately, I just had to do that twice. No difficult questions, just give them the assignment.
Yes.
Well, this will be quick.
What?
You're not usually this cooperative. You gotta reach out to the truth. Everybody wants to do that. What was the true intent of its creator? This might be a mystery that gets answered way later in the game. But not now. Shh. Hypothesis doesn't mean she knows the answer. Remember when the Strength Arcana from Persona 4 The Golden was just a guy who played soccer and another guy who played basketball? That was weird, wasn't it? And then Persona 3 it was just a dog. Yeah. And now we've gotten all this. And now it's the Velvet Room. Kind of a weird jump, but alright. Are you guys finished?
Shut up!
I mean, look, I got stuff to do. I don't need to be in the prison all damn day. We've kind of gone from like the first few minutes of this social link going like, here's an optional assignment, bet you won't finish it, to now they're having a fucking existential crisis. Going like, what is this? Why is this list making our lives so hard? There are so many questions.
All right.
Listen up, inmate. Now,
Alright, here's where I had to kind of like... Here's where I had to make my next edit and have to reallocate new personas. Hekton Takeris with Masakunda. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but it's a thing with a lot of arms and a lot of mouths and a lot of eyes.
now. It would seem.
So, hey, now we got the rest of them. So hey, let's go ahead and finish up this confidant.
You can do it.
Not many tasks left. Oh, hey, look at that. Caroline's actually getting into it. Everybody wears a mask. Baka. I believe the phrase tsundere fits Caroline. I don't really like using that word, but hey, it fits her to a T.
Yes.
Hey, that's the whole point of these confidants. It's not just you who grows, it's also the confidants themselves. They learn a bit about themselves and learn how to grow, just like you grow. Welcome to the magical world of Persona, where we all help each other and get stronger and get back at those shitty adults. Except for the adults that help us, they're not shitty. That's a good question, Justine. You okay there? For once, she's not barking back at us. Ooh, Igor's actually starting to intervene here. Too horrible a subject for you? And she's actually sticking up for us. Today has been very productive with this social link. We've gone from she barely tolerates us to now she covers for us. We shall grant you the permission to use the special isolation cell. So basically, now instead of having resist your elemental weakness, now you just nullify it. So, yeah. Pretty useful. Very useful. Use the isolation cell if you like a particular persona and you don't like it being affected by its elemental weakness as much. Or, just get a skill card. Same thing. Because if you put something in an isolation cell, it kind of has to be there for a certain amount of days. I know it's supposed to be a woman facing a lion, but it looks like a dog on the card. Strength evenly splits the 22 major arcana, except for the other arcana that are not part of the major 22 that we add sometimes. Don't worry about those. Those are different and weird.
Listen well.
These next two shall be the most difficult you've faced to this point. You won't survive.
Farewell.
Try to harbor a Bugs with Samarikarm. Okay, Bugs is an evil teddy bear with like a mouth inside of its stomach. And Samarikarm is just the best resurrection spell. But I don't really use it all that much.
Oh. It would seem.
Well, the assignment's done. Thinking back on our encounters, you know, these past, like, what, 30 minutes? You know, back at, 30 minutes ago, we had, like, a whole existential crisis. It was very embarrassing. It was almost like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll bite. What was it? I'd like that, sure. Of course you would.
Listen up, inmate.
Okay, that makes sense. The fool embarks upon a pilgrimage through the numbers, overcoming death and eventually obtaining the world. Remember, death isn't necessarily real death. It means a change in your life. The end of something. So if we get stronger, then everyone else gets stronger too. Okay, pick one. Am I like really cool, or do you still just think I'm a jackass? Yeah, you just said you have a voice in your head. It's fine by me. Could you not have gotten me better prison digs? Like my clothes right now are starting to kind of be ripped up. I know that shows off my awesome bod, but still. Yay, we're all gonna learn the truth together like friends.
right.
So, one more to go. We're gonna be strict as ever. Well, that's fair.
Farewell.
Or you receive your immensely powerful reward. Here's your reward, boy. Your eternal reward.
Now,
Seth with high counter. Alright. Seth is the evil dark dragon thing. The thing that fights Horus and loses. Anyway, here it is. Oh, you already had it.
my. That's it! That's the persona we
And
asked
hey,
for. You really made
Rank
it?
10 is also voice acted.
All those pitiful personas actually managed this. I guess I can compliment you this time. Well done. You have far exceeded our original expectations. This may not be a proper thing to say to an inmate, but you have done extraordinary work. You're a real handful, but I gotta give you some credit. As for the next task we will assign to you, there is nothing. You have fulfilled every duty available to you. As the ones who rule over power, our role is... rule over... power. Why did I say that? A voice is echoing in my head. Justine?
Are you okay?
It is nothing. Just my head. These memories. The one who first wrote this list. It was me? Or was it us? Just... what are we?
Seriously, are you okay? Evidently not. Good thing I'm already in prison,
My apologies.
because this is awkward.
This has happened to me too. Inmate, this is all your fault for not keeping your mouth shut.
You asked me to do this.
Caroline, do not shift the blame onto him. Ugh. I hope you know you're a real handful, inmate.
Whatever.
But fine. I'll grant you that privilege. We've really gone soft.
In the past 30 minutes, we've gone soft.
Perhaps
We're the worst
it's
prison guards ever.
to admit how much his concern pleased you. No!
Oh, she's
Anyway,
blushy
we're gonna
blushes.
get your great ability this time. You're gonna cry tears of joy when you get
Am
it.
I though?
And, inmate, there's no doubt you're a problem child. But honestly, we're real impressed that you conquered all the trials we put forth. You hold a surprisingly great potential. So, fight. I'm sure you'll be able to accomplish anything you put your mind to. And you'd better put a stop to the ruin.
You don't have to keep hitting the bars. But yeah, I got it.
Trickster, I believe in you. Prove to us that you can reach the truth. We will be waiting for you.
So hey, it's our first rank 10 of the Let's Play. And it certainly won't be our last.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of strength, granting thee infinite power.
Translation, that means you can summon an ultimate persona. And hey, we can pay to create personas of a higher level. So no longer are we restricted by fusion levels. We get special treatment. Zhao Gongen. But we're not going to use him.
Be careful not to lose focus. You're still in rehabilitation till you can get out from behind the bars. Got that?
Yeah, I got it. So anyway, that was the Strength Arcana. Hoo boy, this was a day. Well, I think it's about time we head on out.
It is time, inmate.
We started up and finished that Arcana, so let's go ahead and move on to something else. Let's go ahead and work on another confidant, shall we? Let's help out Yoshida. We need to catch up for all the time we've missed with him. Learn some more speaking techniques. Again, we're making up for lost time that I spent actually trying to begin this confidant by actually progressing it. Since I have all my social stats maxed out, you get a lot more time to play around and work on improving your confidants as opposed to doing social stat boosting events. Which is very good for my style of Let's Play.
Right away then. Everyone. You.
I want to change the world. Ambitious, indeed if a little ambiguous. Well, I mean, I'm not technically lying. I do want to change the world. Just not in the way that he's thinking. The only part I lied about was being a member of the Diet. I want to be one with conviction. Just replace the word politician with the word thief. But I mean, they're like the same thing, am I right? Ooh, political humor. I'm not good at it. What is it that you want to accomplish? Well, for one, for people to stop viewing me as a social pariah. That's something. We'll start with that. Never give up until your voice is heard. Continue to shout at them even if they tell you to stop. That's the first rule of negotiating. So he's given us the basics of speech giving, which translates into a new skill, diplomacy. You can ask for more money or items during negotiations, which is pretty useful. Get the hell out of here, no good Tora. Anti-Yoshida man. It's just that one guy who says it. But my charm is improved. Funny enough, charm is also a stat in 3 houses that actually has a gameplay effect. Besides just people thinking that you're easier to talk to.
I shall ask you again another time.
Go figure. Hey, it's Yusuke. I suppose he's serious about suing. Gee, you don't say. Pollen warning. We'll go to the palace soon enough. Don't worry. Just give me some time. We'll get in there. It'll be fine. Don't worry, Yusuke, it'll all turn out fine.
Oh, have you heard?
The maestro of the art world. Synesthesia. Like seeing music as color. Oh yeah, I've heard about this. I don't think Madarame has that though.
Question.
Are sin and aesthesis? What do they mean? Together and senses.
Good.
You have to be born with. You can't learn it. Well, that sucks. That's like somebody getting born with a superpower. Kinda, sorta. Congratulations, you've won the genetic lottery. To play the color purple. He just seems like the kind to be just spacing out, you know?
Nice going!
All right.
I'm still a genius, though. Again, I'm pretty sure Madarame does not have that, considering he just ripped other people off. It's because of his distorted desires. But don't worry, we're gonna change that part of him, and probably break him down, and then he'll confess everything, and be a different man. Again, we're not going to be messing too much with the dungeon yet. We'll We'll get into the dungeon at the end of the video, and then we'll actually pick it up in the next update. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and do some work. Also, Yusuke's here, but we can't start up his confidant just yet. Because yes, he's going to be a confidant. All your party members are confidants. Just a spoiler there. But no, we're actually gonna go work at one of the jobs we took on. Which is at the convenience store. Why? Because eventually there's going to be a request that pops up at the convenience store, and I figure, let's just get a jump on it. When there are no confidants, may as well just do some side jobs. Make a little extra cash. Are we gonna quit, like, after one day, like with the beef bowl shop? Probably not. Morgana's just staring from outside. Question, do our uniforms have to be bright pink? Does it have to be pink upon green? This just seems like a weird mismatched bubblegum flavor.
I'm counting on you.
Wow!
Just look at that service. She's so good at ringing stuff up and microwaving things. Perfectly. I expect great things from you. Don't. As soon as I get that side quest, I am out of here like last year. Just like in a nanosecond.
Wanna head back?
Let's get your pay and go home. Get money, get paid. Again, I have considerably less yen than I did in P4G. And it's only gonna get smaller and smaller.
Ah, you're back.
Hey!
Weren't you gonna ask the guy at the airsoft store about the bag gun? As a matter of fact, Morgana, yes. Yes, I am now. Let's actually go talk to the guy at the airsoft store. Untouchable. Sup, EY? Well, I will sell you more weird stuff, but hey. About that gun. About that totally, like, real-looking gun that you put into a bag and gave to a high school student. Let's ask him about what was inside the bag. Don't freak out. Just ask him. Do it. Don't be a baby. Do it. With my current level of guts, I can super easily ask him. But before we do that, let's go ahead and sell some of our stuff that we got from a dungeon.
Okay,
Sell all of our treasure.
you should be grateful.
Make a little extra cash.
Come again.
And now let's actually ask him about the gun. I looked inside the bag. Custom gun that I modified to make it look as real as possible. Why? Why would you do that? Had a customer who was interested in it. Why did they want it like that? You can have that gun if you want. Oh, cool. Free gun. Thanks. That was easy. You're an accomplice now. Don't go snitching. You know, you say that we're accomplices, so why don't we go ahead and make this official? I want to see some more.
Hey.
You a cop? No, I'm not. I'm actually the opposite, in fact.
Who the hell are you?
I mean, I'm a gun enthusiast. Obviously.
At your age?
Apparently.
Well, I guess you got the heart of an enthusiast.
Thanks, Kaji Tang.
You're a strange one, kid. Wait a sec. Yeah, this could work.
I don't like that chuckle.
Hey, I can grant that wish of yours, but you better have the money. These things are worth hundreds of thousands of yen per unit. Sometimes they even reach the millions, depending on how I feel.
Jeez. This sounds suspicious, but let me buy them already.
You're not bluffing, are you, kid? May actually make you more useful if you are. Look, I ain't a bad dude. I've been known to compromise from time to time.
I love
For
his
example,
design. It's really cool.
You help me out with my business, smuggling goods, destroying evidence, and as a reward, I'll introduce you to the special menu, with good prices for a punk like you. What do you say? Not bad, huh?
I feel like I'm in the Yakuza now. What's your goal here?
That's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
Got it.
Gotta fight evil with evil. I need a pawn of my own.
Wow, okay.
Don't talk to no one about this. Got it? Just follow my orders.
Okay. That's fine. We won't be able to get much stronger if I don't
What's
accept
it
his
gonna be?
offer.
You gonna take my deal or not?
You know what? Yeah, I'll do it.
That's fine.
I guess I'm in the
Okay,
mob
I'll
now.
work on that special menu for you. You should be grateful.
I've made a deal with EY. Now I get to customize guns. This'll be cool. Make guns better. But more importantly, future prison. Boy, this is just getting a larger and this is just becoming a longer and longer laundry list of problems. So,
It seems you had model guns in your possession as well. Their detail goes beyond a simple hobby. I'm sure some people believed those guns were real. You'll tell me how you procured them, won't you? Spill it.
I believe there's a sage phrase about what happens to snitches.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow.
But on top of the customization, more importantly, we've established a new confidant. More specifically, the Hanged Man Arcana.
I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
Remember the last Hangman Arcana? It was hanging out with Saki's brother, Naoki.
All right.
That one was awkward.
Oh yeah, when I don't got any business going on, I'll have you do some miscellaneous chores. Clean, run errands. There's plenty for you to do around here. Must be pretty exciting for an enthusiast like you, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, that's enough for today.
So a
Go
back
work
alley
out.
doctor and a frickin' guy who makes realistic looking model guns. Are we the bad guys here? I feel like we might be the bad guys. So what are we gonna read now? Let's just go ahead and read Yoncha Wanderer. It's quick. Introducing Yongen Jaya as you've never seen it before. This was kind of a waste of a read, because it just shows you all the places you can go to in Yongen Jaya.
Oh.
It didn't mention LeBlanc at all. So we can go to the batting cages and the bathhouse now. Bathhouse is just for improving social stats. Batting cages is a fun little mini game that I think you can earn like little prizes on. Personally, I prefer the Yakuza ones. Especially the one in 5. Because in Yakuza 5, you had special baseball powers. Speaking of which, that remastered collection is looking pretty good. I might actually do a playthrough of the entire Yakuza series now. Later on down the line. Not right now. Anyway, let's go hang out with An.
Hey. That's what I'm talking about.
So let's see where An's social link takes us this time.
Hey.
There's a family of ducks. That's cute.
Hey.
Yeah. It's nice to go to a park every now and again. Get away from the big city. Just kind of take in nature. Breathe for 5 seconds.
Hey.
That's what happens when you move to the city. I was only ever the foreigner. An with black hair would look... Wouldn't look... I'm so used to seeing this character with her natural hair color that it'd be a little weird. It's kind of like with Kanji back in P4G, where he went back to having his natural hair color. It didn't look entirely right. Like him having his hair bleached blonde was like the standard default look. It just kind of jumps out at you. Aw. Shiho's a good friend. She's been my best friend ever since.
Hey,
How about you looking up to a cartoon villain? Yep, that's what it is. I thought of something. I'm afraid to know. Go ahead, tell me. It's gonna knock your socks off. So do you want to go for world domination? Because I'm down. They never give up. Yeah, you know what? I will agree with that. Team Rocket is definitely known for their tenacity. They never stop. Harass a different 12-year-old, for God's sakes. Or find a different Pokemon. Seriously, that kid loses like every single championship that he's in. It's clearly not that good of a Pikachu. He shouldn't lose, but he always does. Which just makes it even more infuriating. That's my Pokemon tangent. Ash just infuriates me. I know it's commonly brought up that Ash sucks as a trainer, but gosh. He has a Totodile that he never evolved into a Feraligatr. That's what pisses me off the most. Feraligatr is one of my favorites.
thanks.
And he just left it as a Totodile. What a loser. Anyway, we finished up another portion of On Social Link. Rank 4. Little by little, we're making more progress. If I want to be in action movies, you gotta work on my actions. I should ask Ryuji for advice. That is a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on, let's head
Let's
home.
jog to the station.
Ah, you're back.
Hey,
Let's go ahead and just make more coffee. Eventually we'll make a good cup, Sojiro-senpai.
Where have you been? Been searching all along. Confessing while alone and
whoa.
Yes! All right.
Let's see what we've made this time. With Catherine Full Body just around the corner, I cannot wait for more alcohol trivia. I hope they add new alcohol trivia. I hope it's still Jameson Price. Oh, if it's not, I'm gonna be super pissed. Ethiopian Mocha Harar. Mocha is a port town in the Republic of Yemen, where both Yemeni coffee and Ethiopian Mocha Harar are exported. Coffee from the region was given the moniker Mocha. Mocha coffee has a unique spicy flavor and a strong aroma with blackberry notes. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but a lot of these descriptions make it seem rather appetizing.
Well then.
Hey, it's
Good
Makoto.
That
It appears you're
reminds me.
lying low lately. What's with the change? I'm not lying low. I mean, I'm acting the same as usual. What are you talking about?
I
Yes,
see.
it is just your imagination. Don't worry about it. Wow, you're kind of just venting right to me, huh? Alright, that's fine.
Hey,
We got 11 more days until we gotta make the big old steal. Don't worry, we'll get there soon enough. Anyway, let's hang out with Takemi again. That old lady from earlier forgot something. Wonder if she's still outside. I guess this is the social link.
Uh-huh.
You're a shy one, aren't you? Yes! Takemi is shy. Oh, look at that. You're getting popular. Good for you. What the heck? Someone's popular. Did something happen? It's all your fault. You asked for a guinea pig! Oh, it's because I said you'd fix her. That's probably what got it started, yeah. People, like, take rumors and they just spread them like wildfire. Is that not a good thing? I've had a lot of crazy requests. Such as a sweet-smelling compress. Well, that doesn't seem too complicated. Coal buster. Yeah, no. Have a coal buster. Yeah, that would require... Yeah, that would deserve a Nobel Prize. had to do a consultation about a cat. Well, are you still doing those? Because I have a cat that probably needs a... I mean, I have this one cat. Or I know a guy who has a cat. I have a cat.
Stop that.
I'm only interested in completing my new drug. My super drug. This will put me on the map. Well, you're entitled to your opinion, Baka. But now I'm just the goth punk doctor. Did you wear that back whenever you got started? Or was this just a new thing? I'm giving you even stronger medicine. This is what you get for being nice to me. Rank 6. We're making progress.
All right.
Oh.
Looks like that girl's gonna make a full recovery.
What?
Are you excited for your next clinical trial? This time I'm gonna hook you up to a car battery. Let's have some fun. I don't like this, Takemi.
All right.
Bye.
It wasn't great. She did horrible things to my body. Oh, speaking of, we're not done yet. We gotta go hang out with Ryuji and go eavesdrop on some more shitty adults.
Where have you been searching all along.
Nostalgic Japanese flavor. Monja.
All right.
Monja yaki. What is monja? Let's find out. I at least like to know what this is before I at least like to know what this is. Let's see. It is a type of Japanese pan-fried batter, popular in the Kanto region, similar to okonomiyaki, but that uses different liquid ingredients. Okay. Just leave your phone on so I can hear what they're saying. I've had some experience. And of course, for certain asshole characters in these social links, they just use, like, no portraits, occasionally kind of unique looking NPCs, but for the most part, you wouldn't be able to really pick them out of a crowd. For a few of them, at least. Don't flatter me. Haha. You're not even voiced by DC Douglas. You don't even get a voice actor. You stand no chance. So just do the exact reverse of what Kamoshida did? After, like, when Kamoshida came in, the track team got, like, pretty much left in the dust and volleyball was the main thing. But now you want to throw volleyball underneath the bus and bring the track team front and center. Despite my lack of track and field knowledge, I'll form a tight bond with the students. Oh my goodness. I'll be in all the sports movies. I'll have my own version of the Mighty Ducks. Or even the Little Giants. Wow, you guys are all you're just yelling this out loud. In a public space, no less. I've already taken care of him. Wow, that's dirty. That is just that's just scumbag. Subtly, of course. The plan worked perfectly. I am a fucking douchebag. Wow, that's just all kinds of convenient for you, isn't it, Yamauchi? You frickin' scumbag. What the fuck? What kind of accident? Like you're gonna run him over with your car or something?
Damn it.
Yeah, he is an asshole, isn't he? Let's go talk to them. This ain't our problem, it's the track teams. Although, maybe changing his heart wouldn't be a bad idea either. Because he sounded like a supervillain right there. A lot of people are sounding like supervillains lately.
And again.
That's what it means to be part of a team. Ryuji, you're so nice to these guys who are just the biggest shitheads to you. I think it's cool, Ryuji. You are pretty cool, Ryuji. Ryuji has such a, he has such a surprised expression at a genuine compliment. Rank 7, insta-kill! Okay, so as long as we're stronger than our opponent, as long as we're stronger than average mooks in a dungeon, Ryuji will just instantly murder them. It kind of cuts through a lot of the chaff in dungeons from now on. Let's eat some fried batter. Mmm.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about Yoshida again. I guess in certain ways, if you're not actively looking around the city and you're just kind of missing certain important NPCs, the game will kind of subtly point you in those directions. Like, hey, maybe go see this person. Might be a good idea. They might be hanging out here. But fortunately, we are way ahead of that.
Jeez.
Copying stuff from a website is never a good idea for your assignments, guys. Don't do it. Plagiarism is not good. It's not your work. People can easily find it out. Yeah, that would be... Yeah, how would you just, like, go ahead and use Sherlock Holmes without permission from Doyle? He's the most well-known detective in all of fiction. Or the most well-known detective, period. But the answer is Arsène Lupin.
Well done.
Which is kind of like where the Lupin anime goes. Although it's not Sherlock Holmes. But in the anime it does have Lupin and Goemon. So I guess in a way it's kind of connected. He changed to Herlock Sholmes. That seems like a really lazy way to avoid copyright and plagiarism. Like, I don't mean to insult the author of Arsène Lupin, but that just sounds like what you'd see in a porn parody. Just slightly alter the names a little bit.
Nice going.
I'm not Ren Amamiya, I'm Len Lamalia. See?
All right.
But those were homages, not plagiarism. Some Phantom Thieves never go out of style. You learned a little bit more about your persona. Anyway, let's go hang out with An again.
Hey! Thanks!
She wants to know what she should get for Shiho. It's hard deciding by myself.
For real?
Double cream crepe. That actually sounds pretty good. I don't think I've ever actually had a crepe. But it sounds good. Sounds sweet. I really want one though. Just stop. Yeah, I should have self-control.
Oh,
That would just be teasing at that point. Well, that's good. You said I'm gonna get stronger, Shiho, and then she says I won't lose. That's how all these animes work. You always say like I'm gonna get stronger, and then your friend will say I'm not gonna lose. I'm gonna get stronger too.
sorry.
Uh-oh. It seems like An has a modeling gig. Neato.
Let's go.
I'll race you there. I swear, this looks like it's a place right out of Yakuza. Oh look, this character has a unique portrait. This probably means that she's important.
Right.
So her name is Mika. Seriously, this place looks like it would be out of Yakuza. Although Yakuza kind of like has a pretty much one-to-one in with like its locations and with its in-game ad material. Like this place almost looks kind of like Don Quixote. What kind of stuff do you eat? Organic green almonds. I didn't know almonds came in green. We just came back from the crepe store. I only eat those when they're covered in chocolate. Isn't it kind of tough to boil up? Oh my god. Do you weigh yourself? Yeah, An kind of is an airhead. Ren's going like, wow. Alright. Mika, I don't think she's hiding anything. I think she's being completely upfront. I think she's completely being serious and genuine. What? Uh-oh. Oh, you are sneaky. You are so sneaky. You know how I said for Ryuji's confidant that a lot of the that there's more than a few antagonists that don't look too much different from average NPCs? But some of them are extremely unique. Like Mika here. She's the antagonist for this social link.
Wait!
Oh. You are a jackass. You showed a sign of weakness, and she overtook you.
Oh.
She's good. She is good. Yeah, a little bit. She's amazing. She just, like, immediately just worked that entire situation to her favor. You didn't stand a chance. Fake crime was pretty incredible. It had grace.
Do you think...
I need to learn how to fake cry too, then I'll be even more powerful. I know the perfect technique. Alright, sure. Tell me more. Listen carefully. You don't actually cry. Oh my goodness. You are just... You are just a treat, aren't you? You are just a treat, aren't you? She's very genuine. She's very genuine. I'll say that much. So now she gets crocodile tears as her move.
All right.
Because, hey, if you mess up during the negotiation, friggin' An will just cry crocodile tears. Fake tears, mind you. And it'll just kind of give you a redo. Oh my goodness. But given An's acting skills from the previous update with Yusuke, I don't know how well she does that.
Bye!
Ah, you're back.
Hey!
Anyway, let's just make some coffee. No Sojiro trivia for now. That will come later.
Been searching all along.
Whoa.
Yes. All right.
Well then.
Hello?
A big sign for the Madarame exhibit, huh? Well, you know what, Yusuke? We're gonna go ahead and destroy that world. Right now. Yeah, we're gonna go to the palace. Let's go.
Indeed.
We're not gonna do anything in that palace for this update, but next time we're gonna make a lot of progress. So we're gonna go ahead and meet out at the totally not actually a hideout at all. Nothing like a hideout at all.
Let's go. Hey!
We still need to explain the basics to you, don't we? Yeah, the metaverse and the nav are pretty important.
Well,
It's kind of hard for somebody looking from the outside in to really get all this.
Now then. No.
It's only if you're a really huge scumbag. You have to be a mega ultra scumbag in order to get a palace. They can't exist within Persona users. It's just impossible. Of course, you don't actually face your inner shadow in P5. You just kind of have a big ol' headache, and then you rip a mask right off your face and bleed everywhere, and then you get a cool ancient thief that is your persona from then on. Obviously, I knew that. No, you didn't, Ryuji.
Right?
It's all done by our smartphones. The fact that it's a freaking app for your phone is the best part about all this.
What do you mean? Hold a moment.
I mean, we just kind of guess.
I see.
Just as long as it's not Morgana. Because Morgana has bad advice.
Yeah!
No, we just said not Morgana. You could ask me. I feel like I'm the most competent of our team.
Well then.
Why can't you believe that? You broke into a locked room in his house and exposed all his dark secrets. Of course he wants to press charges.
Let's take him down.
Anyway, let's go ahead and infiltrate that palace. And we'll actually pick this up on the next update.
I'm gonna bust loose.
But first, let's go ahead and introduce Yusuke properly to the metaverse.
Oh yeah. We haven't decided on the new recruit's code name yet.
Oh boy, I wonder what it could
Has to
be.
Kitsune. You know, with that Kitsune mask and everything.
Hell yeah. That really leaves an impression.
Are you talking about me?
What do you want your name over here to be?
I'd say Da Vinci.
Well, alright. No.
Well, you've got that mask like On said. And there's that weird tail.
Yeah, why do you have a tail?
Alright, you're Aburage.
I don't know what that is.
Very well.
He's agreed to it?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Decided then. Aburage.
No,
Nuh-uh, not happening.
don't do that.
Do you have any ideas, Joker?
How about we go with his canon name, which is Fox? Like Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, just keep it literal, huh? Sounds good to me.
What do you think, Fox?
It's acceptable.
It's fine.
Let's go.
Whatever. What the hell is an aburage? Let me look that up. It's a soybean product.
Listen up.
Anyway, now everybody's in their samurai gear. And now Morgana says, hey, since we got 5 people, we can't all go at the same time. Somebody's gotta be backup. So guess who's getting left for backup, Morgana? It's you. That's the answer. I'm putting Yusuke in. You're out. Again, I know it's probably a bad idea to have the healer out of the team, but whatever. Yeah, so the new team is going to be Joker, Skull, Panther, and Fox. So like I said, we're going to be taking on the palace in the next update. It's going to be more or less clearing it out and getting ready for the boss. But that'll be for the next episode. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next update. Until then, see ya.